today's adventure, we are at the Wigwam Motel in Rialto. Look right over here and you see all of these teepees. This is the Wigwam Motel. And there is historic Route 66. Look, just some more proof that I'm here. So, time to go explore a little bit. I just got myself a pin. It says Wigwam Motel of San Bernardino on it. But I decided today I'm gonna go visit my sister. She lives near Route 66, I will say. But I was gonna drop off a gift for her. And I decided, why not explore the Wigwam Motel while I'm here? Why not drive down Route 66 on my way to go visit her? So this is really cool. I've never stayed in the Wigwams, but driven by. And if you didn't know, these Wigwams were actually, just talked about it with the gentleman working at the gift shop, that these Wigwams were the inspiration for the Cozy Cone Motel in the Cars movie. You remember from my other vlog, I was just there at Disneyland. But today's adventure, I'm here at the Wigwam Motel. Got this car here. Here, I'll show you. But welcome to a not very good vlog. Look at that. This won't be my first stop of the day. Well, this won't be my only stop of the day. This is my first one. And got myself some Chick-fil-A. Got to see my buddy, see my best friend who's working over there today. So that was pretty cool. But he was working. I talked to him briefly. His name is Brian. But today has been one of those low-key days. I was called for jury duty yesterday. And, well, they dismissed a bunch of people and said, okay, everybody else, you gotta come back tomorrow, referring to today. So I get there this morning, and then they said, okay, we need everybody, before anything happened, before we even entered the courtroom, they said, okay, everybody here, you guys need to come back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And so I'm not too thrilled about that. Wasted a bunch of gas heading down there, but I'm wasting gas now on my way down Route 66. They've even got a telephone booth here. Look at that. So as you can see me through the glass. That's why my hair is all done up, and that's why I don't have a hat on, and that's why I'm squinting. But yeah, pretty cool telephone booth. So, Wigwam Motel. I'm headed back over here to my car. My car's name is Tanner. And Tanner is very dirty right now. Which, by the way, there is something cool in my car that I kind of want to show you. First, one last look at the Wigwams. Here's the sign. There are all the Wigwams. So it's something that I recently got from, I think I found it on like Amazon or something. We are back in my car, Tanner, which I've done a vlog from here before, but anyway, this is a new addition to Tanner. It's just fixing it right now. Alright, check this out. check out these dice. Or die, or whatever the plural is of dice. If you don't know what these are, and if you don't know what these markings are, I don't even know what these markings are, but these are Han Solo's dice. Or die, or whatever it is. And then this is just a thing that my mom got me for my car. It's just a saying. It says, have fun, be safe, and make good choices. And then call your mom on it. The camera will focus. There you are. Anyway, so first stop of many for today. I don't know how far down I'll be going. Maybe down to like Claremont, beyond Claremont. And then I'll make my way back towards back home at that point. After that, I don't want to go all the way into Los Angeles, but I'll be driving along Route 66 today, so stay with me for the rest of the adventure. Next up on the list here is Chris's Burgers, also in Rialto. There was a sign over here somewhere, but if you recognize this, this is because Chris's Burgers was used in an episode of Mad Men. Now, I don't know which one. I've never seen Mad Men, but every time I pass by Chris's Burgers, because I've been this way before, I always really want to watch Mad Men afterwards. But a lot of these places have murals on them, as you can see. But Chris's Burgers. Pastrami. So I stopped here in Rancho Cucamonga on my way to try and find a bathroom when I came across this. Richfield Historic Route 66 Cucamonga Service Station. Currently closed. I do believe they had just renovated it, and I do believe that they have a gift shop inside, but I don't know when it's open to the public. But this is really cool. An old historic site along Route 66. I'm probably going to end up going to that McDonald's though to go use the bathroom, but you don't need to know details about that. Next up on our Route 66 tour through Southern California is Vince's Spaghetti right here along Route 66. As you can see, Tanner's parked right there in front of the restaurant. And there's a couple places around here that are also pretty historic. One place over here, if I post up about right here, you can see the sign. If you can't tell what that says the Sycamore Inn Steakhouse. The inn is right over there. It's not the bus, it's a building. So let's see if we could get maybe a little closer to actually give you a nice view of the inn. There's a vacant lot right over here, as you can see. This car decided to pull in. So the Sycamore Inn is right here. Starting to come into view. I don't want to get too close because this car over here is kind of freaking me out a little bit. Pretty cool. And right here next to Vince's Spaghetti is another place. It's called, I think, the Magic Lamp. I've only been to Vince's Spaghetti. I've only been inside once, and that was just to get ice cream. But actually here you can kind of see the sign for the Magic Lamp, which is right next to Vince's Spaghetti. But alright, quick sidebar update that you didn't need to know. And I don't normally talk about stuff like this, but that bathroom at the McDonald's was disgusting. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But yeah, it was not good. and it had like a sign that says that it's cleaned regularly. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, but that was pretty gross. Anyway, excuse me. I'll continue to drive along, but yeah. Vince's Spaghetti. So we're on the backside of Vince's Spaghetti. As you can see, Tanner right here. Tanner needing yet another wash. I'm showing Tanner off quite a lot. And right over here is the Magic Lamp. Magic Lamp Inn. So let's get a little bit closer to trying to explore. I really like this sign, and even the architecture looks pretty cool. But this is a historic roadside attraction of Route 66. Seems to be pretty well known. I've never eaten here. There you are. Right up front of the building. But imagine driving down Route 66 right along here, and then all of a sudden you're hit with this view of this lamp. And I don't know if you could tell right there on the tip, it looks kind of like burnt. So I'm not entirely sure, but can you imagine if there was like fire coming out of this lamp right here? That would be really cool. Let's see. Famous restaurant since 1955. US Highway 66. That is quite awesome. I like to come here sometime and try it. See what all the hoopla is about. I don't know what days they're open or not, but didn't even pay attention to that sign right there, but pretty cool. So a couple things. I'm still in the parking lot of the Magic Lamp right now, but I figured there may be some stuff that needs a little bit of explanation. Nothing super serious, it's more of an explanation of why I named my car Tanner. And why I keep showing him on this vlog, and I just realized why I keep showing him on this vlog. Route 66, at the time that it was constructed, fed into the idea of car culture, where people were spending a lot of time in their cars, which led to drive-in movie theaters, and then led to drive-in eateries like Dairy Queen started as a drive-in, Sonic is a drive-in. We have Sonic now, so that's a good comparison. And a lot of people were spending time in their cars, and so that's why Route 66 that's why it's important, because it fed into car culture in the 1950s. It was constructed, I believe, in between the 1920s and 1930s, and we know it. We associate Route 66 with the 1950s into the early to mid 60s. So, but anyway, the reason why I named my car Tanner is a reference to one of my favorite movies ever, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino's most recent film. And I don't know if anybody has seen that. I don't know if anybody watching has seen the movie. You definitely should have, and you should have heard of it, because it was released in 2019 for the 50th anniversary of the Manson family murders of Sharon Tate and 3 of her friends. Chase Sebring, Wojtek Frykowski, and Abigail Folger, the heiress to the Folger coffee fortune. But you definitely should have heard of it because Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio and Margot Robbie were the three stars of the movie. Robbie plays Tate, DiCaprio plays this actor Rick Dalton, and Brad Pitt is Rick Dalton's stuntman, Cliff Booth. Absolutely love the movie, but right at the beginning of the movie, Rick meets Al Pacino's character Marvin Schwartz at Musso and Frank's out in Hollywood, the oldest restaurant in Hollywood, the Musso and Frank Grill. And Marvin Schwartz goes walking up to Rick, who's sitting at the bar. He's like, "Oh, I think I ought to know who you are. I just watched a Rick Dalton double feature, and the movies are Tanner and the 14 Fists of McCluskey. So I decided, why not name my car Tanner, and then I named my phone the 14 Fists of McCluskey. And if you don't believe me, my phone is currently connected by Bluetooth to my car. And it says audio off, and then right here, connected to the 14 Fists of McCluskey." So yeah, I'm a bit of a movie buff. Currently wearing my my McDonald's first ever McDonald's t-shirt, the very first McDonald's. I don't remember if I filmed a vlog there or not, but I've been there a bunch of times. It's in San Bernardino, California, and it is the original location, but not the original building. Unfortunately, the original building was knocked down, but the owner of this chicken, right? Yeah, chicken. This chicken chain, restaurant chain, down in San Bernardino County, the owner of it, the company is called Juan Pollo Chicken, or Juan Pollo, rather. And, really good chicken, but their headquarters is actually within the museum that they built for McDonald's. So I didn't stop there, probably should have, but that was off the road. It's not along Route 66. I believe it's at like the intersection of East Street and 14th. And Route 66 is through San Bernardino is 5th Street or 5th Avenue or something like that. But yeah, and then through Rancho Cucamonga and Ontario and Rialto or wherever, it's called Foothill, and Foothill is running along right here. As you can see, there's Route 66 right there. So, if you didn't know that was Route 66, you probably would be oblivious to all of the signs along the road, but it really just looks like any other road. But just a little bit of an explanation, a little bit of a check-in. We hit a bunch of different spots here, and I'm going to continue on down the road. So I'm making yet another stop along my trip, and you'll be interested to know where I'm at. That look familiar? Well, try that. This one has the old golden arches on it. Now, I don't entirely know if it's the original design, but there is across the street here. Check out that sign, man. Look at that. Okay, how is that not awesome with the arches in the background? Look at that. I think that's pretty cool. Another stop along this trip, and this is actually quite sad. This was an old building. This old building was an old restaurant I can't think of the name of it, but it was distinctively known for having windmills on top, and it was a chain of restaurants. I may not share that information because it's probably wrong. I was gonna say, I thought that one of the guys that built and owned the Tam O'Shanter out in Los Angeles, also created this chain of restaurants, but this used to be a Denny's. It had been turned into a historical site, or a historical building, a historical landmark rather, whatever it is, whatever the term is, but yeah, I don't know if they've just closed it off, if they're renovating it, or what's going on, but this green tarp is up. So as you can see through there, it was a Denny's at one point, and I've passed by this. This is my second time coming by here, and it was open the last time I came by. So this is actually quite sad. Quite a sad moment for me. Currently in Santa Anita, just down the way. Literally right there is the Santa Anita racetrack, horse racing track. And with the Santa Anita horse racing track being right there, there is a restaurant nearby down the street in that direction east along Route 66 called the Derby. Went back to my car here, but unfortunately, yeah, it's a sad sight. Let's go to the racetrack next. One of our final stops on our trip is this right here. This gigantic place. If you can't see that sign right up ahead, I really can't. I guess you guys probably can. It says, "Welcome to Santa Anita Park." This is the Santa Anita horse racing track. And we're over here on this side. Look at how long all of these parking spaces are, so I'm guessing this is like trailer parking. Right over there, if you look all the way down there, those are the gates that they would use to, they would hold the horses behind those gates, and then once the gates released, the race would start. I'm sure a lot of people know about horse racing. Unfortunately, I think horse racing is no more. I'm pretty sure it's no longer a thing, but well, actually, let me rephrase that. I don't think it's much of a thing in California anymore, because I know the Kentucky Derby still exists. So I believe over here on this side, this is the I'm gonna guess over here on this side is the jockey and horse entrance, I guess. I don't know. This is my first time ever stopping over here. I've only ever driven by. There's the infield tunnel right over there. I guess we can come around. I don't want to trespass or anything. I know I'm probably already trespassing, but the gate is open. I'm not gonna go all the way in, but I'm just gonna like stand right here and like poke my head in. There's the infield tunnel. Takes you down under the track and then into the infield. So I'm gonna go and head back out. I mean, I still want to be courteous because it sounds like there are people in there working right now, and this is also, I don't know if it's privately owned or not, but I also don't want to trespass, you know. I want to be respectful. But it's very cool. It's a very cool view to drive up on. So as the sun is blistering my eyes and blistering my skin right now, you can kind of look up and see in the grandstands the press box up there, different viewing stations along the way. It's quite a sight. I do believe, oh yeah, you can see just how bad the sun is. I don't even know if you could see the sun. But it's really bright, especially if I look in this direction. But I would have loved to have seen a race here. I don't know if they have horse races anymore. And there are a whole bunch of people who say, oh, it's harmful to the animals. And I understand that. I can see why it would be harmful. There's a lot of stuff that they do. But I feel like they mistreat bulls a lot more in bullfights and rodeos. And I don't know what all of the arguments are between horse racing and versus rodeos, why rodeos are allowed to stay around versus horse racing. But sorry, it's just really bright because of the sun, but it's a very beautiful view. Everything else aside, it's a very beautiful view, very cool to be able to look at. Anyway, I may try and drive back around to the other side to see if we could see the other side. But this is a big place. Not the biggest racetrack I've been to, obviously I'm referring to Auto Club Speedway. That's not a horse racing track, but it's a NASCAR racetrack, originally built for IndyCar. But yeah, that would be the biggest racetrack I've ever been to. That's a 2-mile track. I think here it's a full mile, maybe it's a half mile. I remember back when there was horse racing in Pomona, and that's the last time I ever saw horse racing. It's in Pomona at the Fairplex. Fun little side note, fun little story about that, about Pomona. It's hot out here, so I'm gonna go back to my car. Fun little story though about Pomona. There's a nice breeze, but it was still getting kind of hot. But my dad, so I would go with my parents and my sisters to the LA County Fair in like every September down in Pomona. When I was younger, we haven't gone in a really long time. Like I don't think I've gone since maybe 8th grade year of middle school. But and by that point it had been years since the horse racing track was functional. But I do remember one race specifically. My dad looked at me, is like, okay, Jake, pick a horse to win it. And I was looking, and horse number 4 said Scratch the Moon, and the color was red. And I was like, okay, pick Scratch the Moon, number 4. And Dad's like, okay. I knew nothing whatsoever. And Scratch the Moon ended up winning by a long shot. And my dad was like, I gotta take you to the track more often. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. and that was one of the last times I ever saw a horse race. But it was a fun moment. But we are at Santa Anita. Here's the view from the grandstands. I mean, check that out. Over here on this side, it's beautiful, man. This is honestly so cool. I do believe that there is going to be a state fair coming. But, yeah, and the state fair is coming here to Santa Anita. That's why, obviously, why I mentioned it. But I'm kind of in awe just looking at the grandstands from the outside right here. But I would like to go inside at some point. I don't know if I'll be at the state fair. It's kind of a long ways away from where I live. To be able to come out here, and yeah, I know I'm out here now. I just decided to get in my car after jury duty this morning. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna drive out this way. Obviously I changed out of a polo shirt and my jeans into some shorts because it's 100 degrees outside, but look at this. It's beautiful, man. It's just so cool. So since we're still in Santa Anita, I figured why not stop off here at the Derby and show you a little bit of what it looks like. It's actually quite nice, and it is open, it's operational, so I'm only stopping here for a very little bit. I stay rather close to my car, but you can see the sign, world famous, the Derby. Here it is right here. Wonderful steakhouse, and then it says guest parking right here. Never been. I'd like to come back. And as I'm now back in my room, sitting on my bed, as you can see my Star Wars poster, that's it. We have now officially concluded yet another not very good vlog. I'm not a very good host. My name is Jake. Yeah, see what I did there? I'm gonna start doing that now, just because I think it's funny. I think it just came to me. It was like, this vlog isn't very good. Oh, I should call it that, a not very good vlog. And every time I hear it, I just like crack myself up because I think it's pretty funny. And then now, I'm not a very good host, Jake. So. Anyways, so yeah, I just got home, drove out to Santa Anita as far as I went, and then went to go visit my sister afterwards, and yeah, just ran to the store and then came home. And now I'm here, so that's been my day. So anyway, thank you for joining me on this adventure. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I know I sound like a total YouTuber, right? But this has been a not very good vlog on Route 66. Bye.